How's it going, everybody? It's Simply Mason back again, and today we're going to be talking about movies that are coming out in September. Alright, so let's get into it. As you can see right here, there are 11 movies that I'm going to be talking about in this video. We have some absolutely ginormous movies, such as The Woman King, Don't Worry Darling, and Blonde. We have some horror movies, such as Barbarian and Smile. And then we have some pretty upbeat, fun movies like Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul, Bros, and Hocus Pocus 2. I'm going to be breaking down each one of these movies, telling you if I recommend it, and telling you the synopsis about what the movie is. Without further ado, let's get into the first one. The very first movie I'm going to be talking about is Honk for Jesus Save Your Soul. This movie is about a Southern Baptist megachurch which tries to rebuild its reputation after a huge scandal. This movie comes out the very first weekend of September, which is September 2nd. This seems like a really fun mockumentary featuring Regina Hall and Sterling K. Brown. I would definitely recommend it, and I'm looking forward to it. The second movie I'm going to be talking about is the movie Barbarian. Personally, I'm not a huge horror fan, but for all of the people that are horror fans, I had to include it. Now, what is this movie about? This movie is about a woman who arrives at an Airbnb late, and she finds that there's somebody already there. If you've seen the trailer, then you know that there's something crazy going to happen. If you haven't seen the trailer, I definitely recommend it. It features Bill Skarsgård, and you definitely know he can do great horror since he played Pennywise in It. Now, this movie is the second weekend of September, and it is in theaters only, so definitely, if it seems interesting, check out the trailer and get to going. The third movie, of course, is Pinocchio. This movie has been something that people have been very talkative about on Twitter. It's only on Disney Plus, I believe, and it's the next Robert Zemeckis film, so I think it's probably worth watching. Tom Hanks looks pretty interesting in it, and Pinocchio himself looks a little strange, but I probably will be watching this simply because it is on Disney Plus and I own that streaming service. But if you didn't own it, I don't know if there's really a purpose of watching this movie in theaters, if it's even going to theaters. It comes out the same weekend as Barbarian, and I think this movie, if you own Disney Plus, is definitely worth it, but I wouldn't say that you need to go searching for it if you don't have that streaming service. The rest of the cast looks pretty interesting. You have Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Keegan-Michael Key, which of course are big names. If you have Disney Plus, check it out, of course. Now, the next movie that I'm going to be talking about is The Woman King. This movie, to me, seems super interesting, and I'm super excited to see this movie. Now, if you don't know what this movie is about, well, it's based in reality. This is actually a true all-woman tribe, and you're going to watch them train and fight and do their battles in life. This comes out the third weekend in September, and I'm definitely going to be going to the theater to see this because this looks super interesting. Viola Davis seems so good for this role. I believe I also saw John Boyega in the trailer, and he looks super good. I cannot wait to go see this movie. Definitely check out this trailer and definitely go see this in theaters because I believe this is going to be one of the best movies to watch in September. So check it out for sure. The next movie I'm going to be talking about is called See How They Run. This movie is a comedy mystery whodunit, basically. It's Sam Rockwell as a detective and Saoirse Ronan as his companion. This takes place in 1950s London, and it seems interesting because there's such a huge cast. I believe this also comes out in theaters only, and it's premiering against The Woman King, so I don't think it will do as well, but if you're into fun, upbeat, comedy, mysteries, I think you'll have a good time. This is a completely different genre than The Woman King, and I do believe that this is going to be something that people will want to see. The trailer looks really fun, really upbeat, and you need these types of movies in your life sometimes. So check this one out too. All right, this is the big one. This is called Don't Worry Darling. This movie is going to, in my opinion, make a good run and make possible Oscars depending on how well this movie is received. This movie has Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, which of course there is a huge fandom for the both of those guys. So I know that a lot of people are already planning on going to see this. This is definitely a thriller right here. It takes place in the 1950s, and it's about housewives living their lives. But then if you watch the trailer, you're very confused on what's happening. And I think I really do think that this is going to make some Oscar buzz. It might have some Oscar buzz. I'm going to watch this for sure. I believe that you should go watch this above anything else. This movie is probably going to be the best movie of the month, and if it isn't, I would be surprised. Some of the other cast looks amazing. Chris Pine, Olivia Wilde, Nick Kroll. It looks like a really fun cast, but a really serious and interesting topic that it's portraying in the movie. Olivia Wilde is directing it, and I've loved everything that she's made so far. So all I have is high praise for this movie. So watch this one. This should be like the tip top of your of what should be on your watch list right now. This comes out the 23rd of September, so mark your calendars. The next movie I have is Blonde. Look, this movie has been super controversial. It has a rating of NC-17, and of course people don't want to watch those kinds of movies. But is this movie still going to be good? Yes. Is it still going to be worth watching? Yes, of course. Blonde is the biopic of Marilyn Monroe, and Ana de Armas, I believe, looks exactly like her in the movie. I think you're going to really find, once you get over that NC-17 rating, that it's going to be a very, very well done movie. This movie is coming out on Netflix on the 28th of September, and I believe that this movie has a possibility of also getting it into the Oscars. I think if Ana de Armas gives an absolutely amazing performance, it's worth looking at her as a potential Best Actress candidate. Blonde is always going to be controversial. Look, it has an NC-17 rating. All movies with NC-17 ratings are going to be controversial. There's no getting around it. But I still believe that this could have a nuance to it that people find to be endearing. Now, the next 4 movies that I'm going to be talking about all come out on the very last day of September, which is September 30th. 2 of them are going to be in theaters, and 2 of them are going to be on streaming services, and I'll get to those in a second. But the first one is Bros. This is a rom-com about 2 men who are really just trying to find a relationship. Billy Eichner is super funny. If you've ever seen Billy on the Street, then you know he's super, super funny. The trailer looks super endearing, and it looks super amazing. And I know it's premiering at TIFF, and honestly, I can't wait for this movie. We haven't seen many movies that have represented rom-coms with 2 men. So it should be interesting to see how they do it and see the reactions from people. I'm genuinely interested, and I hope that there's a good discussion. Now, pivoting to something drastically different, we're going to go to a horror movie. This movie is called Smile, and if you've seen the trailer for this, then you know it looks very, very creepy. These people just continuously smile in a very devilish way. This is also coming out on the same day, September 30th, in theaters. What is this movie about? This movie is about bizarre incidences which make people smile, you know, in that very creepy Joker-esque way. And again, I'm not a huge horror fan, so I might not go see this. But again, I think if you're a horror fan, like my mom, she is definitely going to go see this for sure. So check it out. The greatest beer run ever. Yes, this movie looks so good to me. And I know people are saying it's Oscar bait, it's Oscar bait. Come on, Zac Efron is playing just like this happy-go-lucky guy who is trying to deliver beers to people that are in Vietnam. What can you not like about it? Of course, people are going to say it's Peter Farrelly. He made Green Book. This is coming out on Apple, and I know for sure I'm going to be watching this movie. Again, like I said, it's about this man called Chucky who is delivering beers to his friends in Vietnam who are fighting. And I think it is based off of a true story. Last but not least, it's Hocus Pocus 2. If you've seen the first one, which came out in 1993, then you know it's a really fun Disney movie. It's coming out on Disney. I believe this is going to be a very family-friendly movie, and if you have spare time and you need something to watch, I would recommend Hocus Pocus 2. And if you haven't seen the first one, watch that one too. Again, it's coming out on Disney Plus September 30th. And if you have time to watch it, give it a watch. So as I wrap up this video, I hope you learned a little bit more about the movies that are being released in September, and you might be interested in go checking out some of these movies. That's all I want to do. I want to inform and let you guys know that there are good movies coming out, I swear. Now the movies I'm most excited for are Don't Worry Darling, Blonde, and The Woman King. But if there's something else that you guys are excited for, or one of these movies that you're more excited for, let me know down below in the comments. Now with all that being said, I really appreciate you guys for watching this video. It means the world to me, and I hope I could inform you and let you know about the movies that are coming out. Now I'm Simply Mason, and if you find these videos to be fun, I'm going to try to make more, I swear, genuinely. Like this video, it would mean the world to me. Subscribe if you're not already, and comment down below. Tell me what movies you're most excited for in September. Share this video with all your friends, I really appreciate it. Follow my socials, I'll have them linked down below in the description, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.